Welcome to Community Forum. I'm your host, Juan Carlos Hernandez. Concordia Place was formed more than 30 years ago by the Concordia Lutheran Church as a separate nonprofit. It was a response to the needs they saw in their home. Its goal is to create involved communities where neighbors can gather, learn, and grow. They are certainly demonstrating that with two programs that focus on two disparate groups, teens and seniors. Here to talk about these programs, we have Brenda Swartz, Alexander Valdez, and Marta de Leon. Welcome.
Thank you.
Well, let's start by talking about the history of the organization and how it came to be and why. Brenda?
Well, you started off great saying, we've been around 30 years, but we call it the story of the three Barbaras.
The three Barbaras.
The three Barbaras. So, pastor of Concordia Lutheran Church was out of seminary about 2 days.
2 days.
2 days when he was approached by three single mothers in the community. All three of them were named Barbara, hence the story of the three Barbaras. And they didn't have much money, and they were really struggling with finding care for their children while they were at work. And so they asked the church to help. They were not members of the church. They really didn't have much money. And the list of reasons for the church to say no, the church didn't have any money. Frankly, it was facing closure. The church had never done it before. The women weren't members. All of these reasons, the list to say no was long. But we like to think of Concordia Place as a place of yes. And so together they created the first child care center. And then with after school, added preschool later. In 2006, we opened a second center in the Avondale community, again, out of response for need in the community. And so there we opened not only children's programs for infants, preschool, and after-school care, but we opened our teen program, Emerging Leaders, and our senior wellness program as well.
Okay. I'm curious, these three Barbaras, are they still a part of Concordia Place?
I wish we knew where they were. You know where they are. If they see this, call. But no, we've lost track of the three original Barbaras.
But from that experience of saying yes, even though Concordia Lutheran Church was in financial difficulty, it was, I guess, a seed that actually helped other programs grow. And you opened a new center, you said, in 2006?
We did. We really partnered with the community. Again, Concordia Lutheran Church has maybe 60 families as active members. This isn't a large suburban church with a lot of financial resources. This is a small group of people who believe in getting involved in the community and serving community need. And that's what happened in the Avondale community when we opened the second center. So this small church raised $8.5 million to renovate a vacant church and school. And that's when we were able to serve another 200 children in the early learning, preschool, and after-school care. And then the third floor we have dedicated to our teens and our senior program.
Okay. Now, you're separate from the church, although in some sense you're still part of it. How does that work?
Well, it's a partnership. Okay. It's a community ministry of the church. Now, one of our other guiding principles is a place for all. So even though we were started by the church, we serve everyone, not only people of different faiths or faith traditions, but people of any economic or whatever background. And it's really that place for all why we created our sliding tuition scale. And the sliding tuition scale really helps us serve people no matter what their economic level. We feel it's tragic really that so early in a child's life there is economic segregation embedded in our early learning systems in the United States. And we didn't want to be, here's the place where the poor people go, and here's the place where people who can afford different options, this is where they go. And so we really wanted to make sure that there was inclusion for people of all economic levels in all of our programs. So it's a place for all.
Right. And that's I guess that's the guiding philosophy of Concordia Place then, a place for all.
A place for all. A place of yes, a place for all, Concordia Place.
Okay. And a place for all includes children, it includes teens and adults and older adults, seniors, as we might say. Tell me about the emerging leaders. program for teens and what it's about, how it came to be, because that's one area I've noticed that a lot of, I guess, social service agencies are lacking. They don't always know what to do with that age group.
It is hard, and when we first opened the center, we were doing a needs assessment, talking to people in the community, what was needed, and it kept coming up. It's like, we need something for the teens to do. At that time, there was really quite a gang problem in the community, and so the community's view of what teens could be was really quite low. And so we envisioned really a future where teens are compassionate and confident leaders. And so the difference between our program and, say, a drop-in program, the teens are really learning hands-on life skills, financial literacy, gardening, healthy eating habits, and interviewing. We help them with their resumes. So it's really a breadth of life skills.
Very holistic, you would say?
Holistic.
Okay. What's a drop-in center? I don't know that term.
Well, a drop-in center might be where if I want to go today, I can. I might not. I might. So it's just a bit more casual. A leadership program really requires a commitment from the teens that they want to do something more with their lives, that they are an active participant in making their life better. And we take that one step further, that it's not just focused on them and their needs, but it's then how can they be a part of the community and be contributing back to the community where they live. And
today we have a graduate or still a part of this program?
Last year was my last summer.
Your last summer?
But I'm still serving another program called Sprouting Out. It's the same emerging leaders to Sprouting Out for the older teens.
Okay.
And it's a really great program.
Yeah, tell me how you came to this program. Did somebody tell you about it? You heard about it? You wanted something to do?
My mother signed me up when I was about 13, so I thought it was uncool, and I thought I was just trying to be like a fresh teenager and be like, oh, what kind of program is this? Like, I don't want to be here. And then that all changed probably in the first month. It was a great program.
Tell me about you when, sorry to interrupt, but tell me about those first few days and how that change came about, what you experienced in the program that made you see differently and think differently about the program.
When I first heard of the program, it sounded like a very uptight program. Like, oh, I'm gonna be strict. I'm not gonna have fun this summer. In the first few days, I remember sitting in the room, very nervous, trying not to show it, and trying to be a cool teen. Like I said, there was about 20 teens in the room, and we started playing these icebreaking games. And right then and there, I started making friends right away. And it just felt so calm. Like, even though everyone was nervous, it was just a very calm, really comfortable area to be in, and it was really fun.
Yeah, and what kind of activities did you get become involved in as a part of the program?
So many different opportunities that we've gotten. I'm so thankful for it. Like, last year, I participated in the Mikvo Youth Challenge.
The what?
Mikvo Youth Challenge, the first annual Mikvo Youth Challenge, and we got to debate on laws that should be made in Chicago to improve the city, and that was all teen-led. So all those teens were able to come up with agreements on what to improve in the city, such as CTA fairs, like free CTA fairs for student riders. And I also participated in the UIC Youth Summit. We got to educate adults actually on social entrepreneurship, which is what our business is about, our soaps and our products, what we make. We got to educate adults on our missions and how to be a social entrepreneur. It was a great experience.
Okay, and so you're not just one isolated group at Concordia Place. You actually branch out and connect with teens.
Yes.
From what it sounds like, all over the city, all over the Midwest.
Majority is north, because a lot of South Side kids can't reach to the north, but there is one team that comes all the way from Midway all the way up to the north just to see the program.
From Midway all the way north?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I respect them for that. It's long distance, and me, I'm from the west side, currently staying at my grandma's, so it can be a faster travel. But yes, there's a lot of different kids from all over the city, and we all get together like nothing, different schools, different backgrounds, and we all just hang around like we've known each other for like 20 years.
even though you're
amazing.
still a teenager.
Yeah.
Okay, and now you said your last summer was your last summer in the program, and now you're part of another program that's still part of it.
Yes.
Emerging for the older teens.
Yes.
Tell us about that, please.
Sprouting out, we create these organic, all-natural soaps, shea balms, lip balm, bath salts, and this is when all the business skills come to play, all the emerging leader tactics, all the resumes and all that. That's when it all comes to play. We started marketing, like how to branch out to different like adults, teens, and it was a challenge, but we got the hang of it around the second year.
Brenda, can you tell us about whose idea this program was, and I guess touch a little more on those skills and ideas that you're looking to develop within the program?
Absolutely. Some of the ideas for the programming come from our teens.
Okay.
So we started a gardening component. I mean, a lot of schools, there's no home ec in schools anymore. And so we started a gardening component, and actually our teens work with, we call it Little Sprouts, our 2-year-olds that are in our program. And so they're helping them, plant, weed, water the garden as well. So the gardening aspect was the idea from the teens. So they are planning, throughout the summer, what different things are going to come up at different times. They weed, tend the garden throughout the summer, harvest it, and for some of our teens, that's the first time they've plucked a tomato off a vine, or, and then it's seed to plate. It's the first time maybe they've cut up a tomato, and so they're learning actually to make their own foods, and we found that they really enjoy sitting and eating together. Dinner time is kind of a lost art too, so we found that the teens really enjoy that. So we're reacting a lot to the things that they enjoy. With the body products, it was then a next step for the teens to take, the herbs that are in here, a lot of them are grown in the teens' gardens.
Oh, really?
And so they not only are gardening, they're drying them. They actually, Alex can probably talk a bit more about how they actually make like the soap with the lyes and the oil, and what they can then do with that afterwards is the marketing. They determine what the price points are. They do a budget. They're figuring out how much money they're going to make. They have to keep the inventory, which when I pull things like this, messes you up, I know.
Yeah.
Well, tell me about the process of making the soap.
Well, like I said, we dry the herbs.
You grow them first, though, right?
Yes, we go outside and pick up the herbs. For that one is rosemary, so we go and pick out the rosemary. We set them on this rack, and they dry up for like probably 2 weeks, and they dry up and get really like brittle, and then we smash them up to like tiny pieces, and we infuse them with the oils, the essential oils, and it just sits there, and then we stir it around, and then we apply lye, which is a chemical that absorbs water, and that will make it start to get really hot, and then we put it in this mold, and it will, for like about a week or so, it will start to harden, and that creates a soap bar. And the cool thing about these is that, like, we're so used to seeing labels that are like this big for ingredients. Our ingredients is about this small, because we don't add any preservatives, nothing that you can't pronounce on a label. Ours is just simply herbs, olive oil, and it's just so small. And
If you ever had your mouth washed out with soap when you were young, this is the soap you would have wanted.
Because it sounds like it's pretty natural, right? It's natural.
Yes, it's natural and organic.
Natural and organic. And you market it to different groups in different places and
Yes.
sell it around the city?
Yes, we go to farmers markets currently at Lincoln Square every Thursday, and we try to change our demographics every time. We're currently trying to start a separate product line just for teenagers, because we noticed that, me as a teen, like, I didn't know what good benefits this has. I was just using Old Spice. I was just using Axe or whatever. And when I started making these products, I started more and more getting involved, and I started buying my own products. I have like 5 of these. They're lotions, and the girls love them. So it's great stuff. It's really good.
Okay, so it's not anything that you could just buy at a store. It's something that actually you make with your hands, and it's something natural. And people get more information about this at your website.
Yes.
Now, let's switch gears a bit. We have another guest here, Martha. We haven't forgotten about you, but tell us about your experience at Concordia Place and how you became part of the organization.
One of my grandsons was in the after-school program, and for my grandson to be autistic, it was very difficult for him to socialize and to learn. When my grandson started in Concordia, the program was the perfect place for him. He started learning new skills. He started learning how to socialize. He started receiving help, getting help to do his homework, which is one of the great things about the program. My Dora, for being a single mom, she always come and pick up the children close to the closing time. And when they pick up my grandchildren, they already did the homework. And it's something that is such a good thing when you have a situation like her. And also he started participating in all the activities, which it was very difficult for him. Concordia was the perfect place for my grandson, and it was very good for my daughter, and it was very good for me.
So it was your grandson that brought you in.
Yes, it was my grandson who brought me in 2005.
Wow, it's been quite a number of years.
2005, yes.
And how did you would go pick him up there, and then you started learning about the programs?
Yes,
or
I
how?
started learning about the program. My grandson always talked about the activities that he used to do there, and he looked so happy.
Mm-hmm.
And that part is what grabbed my attention. I didn't know much about Concordia. I only knew about the after-school program because my grandson was there. But then I started needing the help for a computer lab, which Concordia provided me, and I was going there to practice computers. And I got involved at the same time with the English class as a second language. So I started being volunteer, helping students at the English class.
Mm-hmm.
I did that for about 6 months, and now I work there.
Now you work there.
Yeah, now I work there.
Tell us about the work you do there and what you find rewarding about it.
Well, I provide support to the administrator. I provide administrative support, and also I help on the Concordia Senior Wellness Program. And to be with the seniors is very rewarding, like you say. It's something that I never understood before, because you need to be there. The seniors have this class that we provide, the Tai Chi and Yoga class, and also we provide lunch. And I do prepare the lunch for them. I arrange.
You prepare the lunch. You actually.
I prepare them.
With
Yeah.
Sandwiches, soup.
Sandwiches, soup, salad, coffee. We have a very good. I mean, it's healthy, it's organic. We try to take care of our seniors,
Mm-hmm.
and I provide I help them to get transportation. With some of our seniors, it's day to day. If they don't feel good, they let me know. If they feel good, we arrange the transportation. We pick them up and we take them back. They are very happy. They feel there is a challenge for them to be there sometimes, but when they finish the class, they feel, I did very good class today, and my next class is going to be much better.
It's that physical and social.
Oh,
That's so important, I think, to the
Yeah,
teams.
the mobility that they gain with every class.
Okay, so just to be clear about the transportation, is it a bus or is it an individual?
Volunteers.
Volunteers in their cars.
Volunteers.
Wow, it sounds like a very symbiotic network of help and support. And so these volunteers go in the morning or in the evening, whatever time?
We are trying to arrange that, as some of our volunteers are available for the pickup, and another ones are available to the drop-off. So we have a list that these volunteers, according to because we serve certain areas, and when our volunteers usually right now are coming from the staff, Concordia staff.
Oh, Concordia staff.
Yes.
And Concordia Church and other area churches.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so you network with other organizations as well.
Absolutely.
Yes.
For example, the senior wellness program that's at our center that Martha was talking about, we partner with Advocate Healthcare with our parish nurse program. So she's the one who is certified in Tai Chi to really help the physical aspects of staying mobile, flexible, really trying to prevent falls for the seniors. But then when they come together, it's that social connectedness. And seniors tend to become very isolated.
Or they tend to be very isolated. So when they get into after the class, it's the good part for them, because they start sharing, they start having these big conversations that other way they wouldn't do it.
Could you tell me about one person specifically who you saw transform through this participation?
When there is sometimes, you overhear conversations. I say, after I start coming here, my depression has been gone. I have been feeling very depressed. I felt I couldn't do nothing anymore. Another it says, this class is so wonderful. It's so wonderful, and they thank our teacher. They thank her all the time, because it's something very good for them. It's something that they wouldn't expect to have, and it's something that they not even thought it was available out there. So it's very rewarding, and they feel that they are doing something very good for themselves.
Okay. Could you, so you offer this wellness program, this program that connects seniors to each other and to other people in the community. Tell me about how Concordia comes together, all the age groups, and how that happens, and also beyond Concordia, what other, you mentioned some of them, or organizations you partner with to make it a very, I guess, a more of a robust type of organization?
We certainly don't think that we can do it all ourselves, and we recognize the expertise that others have. So like the partnership with Advocate Healthcare, we partner with Truman College. Martha was mentioning the English as a second language classes, so they provide the instructor. And we partner with Thrivent Financial. They provide a lot of volunteers for our teen programs, providing financial literacy classes. So that's kind of how we're kind of integrating with others in the community. But even inside the Concordia community, it's not like it's just the early learning program, just the preschool, just the teens, just the seniors. We have programs and activities that really help all of those different ages come together. The teens I mentioned, they work with the 2-year-olds and
With
the Little Sprouts,
Those Little
helping
Sprouts?
with the gardening. One year we had a senior prom, which doesn't mean seniors in high school, it means our elderly friends. And so we bring people together in that way. The teens also go and visit St. Paul's House, a nearby residence home.
For whom? For seniors?
For seniors, yes.
Yes.
Hmm.
Tell me about those experiences working with the Sprouts. You did that,
Yes.
and you've gone to the St.
Seniors.
Paul's House as well.
Yes.
Tell me about how that's been.
The little Sprouts is very fun because they're small and they're really adorable. It's fun to be around them because you're, for once, being the bigger person, like the role model, because teens are so used to being looked down upon. It's like people that don't know what they're doing, and then we look at these little ones and we teach them like how to, become more socialized. Because we see some little ones that might not want to socialize with the teens or just very isolated. We come play with them. St. Paul's House is a really cool experience. Like I'm saying that out of like personal experience, because a lot of the older ones tell us about their childhood and their teen years, and it's really good to contrast on like how it was back in the day and how it is for me. And it's really fun and interesting to like hear their stories about their childhood and teens. It's really interesting.
Really? And did you participate in this senior prom?
No, I didn't.
Tell us about that and how that's part of that connecting people.
The senior prom, the teen program, they were the chaperones, and they served the tables. So we brought the seniors together and had lunch and music and dancing, and there was even some dancing with our teens and seniors together. So, our youngest person at the center is probably 6 weeks, and I believe our oldest just had a birthday. Is 94?
It's
95?
94.
Yeah.
94.
Yeah.
94, and very healthy.
Yeah.
Very
So
young.
again,
Very
it
healthy.
is a place for all.
A place for all. Now, let's say I'm a teen and Alex, and I'm unsure about coming to Concordia Place. What would you say? What would you tell them?
First of all, I'll try to get to know you like right away. That's usually how the teens they get the newer ones to like open up. We play with them, mess around with them, because we try to like goof around and make jokes. It's trying to like tell you like how fun it is, and it's not just some regular park district camp. It's not something like come whenever you want. It's like you should come every day because it will make you feel a lot better, make you have something to do every day instead of just sitting at home playing PlayStation or whatever. And actually become involved with your community, learn all these business skills that will eventually help you out in the near future when you're applying to jobs. So it's a very worth it program in the end.
So that's bringing them in and actually making them a bigger part, right? Well, we're running out of time. Tell me, recently Concordia Place won an award. Tell me about that.
We did. We're thrilled that this year we were awarded the Alfred Axelson Award for Managerial Excellence in Nonprofits. So it's a way to recognize nonprofits that really exemplify excellence in management. Our programs are accredited by the National Association for the Education of Young Children.
Okay.
So we have NACI accreditation. This recognizes our management.
Okay. Well, sorry, we're out of time, and thank you so much for coming. I appreciate your participation.
Thanks for having
Thank
us.
you.
Thank you very much.
Community Forum is a community service of CAN TV. If your nonprofit organization would like to use CAN TV, call 312-738-1400 and ask for nonprofit services. Tune into Community Forum every Saturday at 7:30 p.m. on CAN TV 21. I'm Juan Carlos Hernandez. Thank you for joining us.